Hi, I'm Doug Bell. I'm the son of Laverne and Alice Bell. I'm the husband of Ruth Ann and the father of Eric and Kirsten. Live here in Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay, where were you raised?
I was actually born in Iowa, Waterloo, Iowa, July 31st, 1943. And grew up in northeastern Iowa.
What town?
In the town of Tripola, Iowa. Went to grade school and high school. Graduated from there in 1961.
Did you go out for any sports or anything?
Oh, in high school?
Yeah.
Well, I played football, basketball, baseball, ran track, but we didn't have a lot of people in high school, so it was, we got the opportunity to do a lot of things athletically. Also played the trombone in the band, got to sing a couple of groups, mixed quartets with, in fact, Howard and Ruth Ann were in one of my, I guess it was 8-some, I forget how you call it, double mixed quartet, we called it. And Boys Glee Club and mixed chorus.
Did you make the first squad in basketball or track or football or anything?
I was too short. The athletics were much different back then. I played quarterback on the football team. Actually, spin back. People probably wouldn't remember that.
It's 2 o'clock.
Single wing offense. So, but basketball too. I was a little bit short, but I played guard.
All 4 years too.
Yeah.
And you were kind of the quarterback on the basketball team too, weren't you?
Yeah, I spin back on a single wing offense and quarterback on. This is so long ago that those offenses are almost obsolete. They don't do that anymore in today's football technology. So.
Are you the perfect student? You didn't ever raise any cane or anything, did you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Typical teenager is what I was.
What'd you drive for a car?
I had a 1940 Chevy first. That was the first car I ever owned. And then I got a 1946 Dodge with a 1953 Dodge engine in it that was like a big coach. But in fact, when I went off to the service, I think that car was sold to Howard for about $100, and he couldn't handle it. He blew the engine out of it within the first 90 days. So, but for $100, what the heck?
Okay, when you went into the service, where were you all stationed at?
Well, that gave me the opportunity to get out of Iowa the first time. I went to Fort Riley, Kansas first, went through basic training there, and then to Fort Monmouth, New Jersey for electronics training, and then to Sandia Base in Albuquerque, New Mexico for the nuclear weapons electronics training. And then stationed along the East Coast in New Jersey a couple of times, down in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and ended up at the North Pole for a year, 366 days actually. It was up during a leap year, and we had a one-year tour of duty there. So I spent February 29th, 1964 in Tule, Greenland.
That was kind of isolated duty, wasn't it?
It was very isolated.
Yeah, very cold?
Well, it was typical winter in the north. A lot of wind from the west, no trees, so yeah. Dan and I got married while I was in the service in August 4th, 1963. I still had a few more months to go back in Tule, but Dan had started teaching in Ames, Iowa at that point. He decided to go on to Iowa State University to pursue an undergraduate degree there. And graduated from Iowa State in August of 1969, about 4 months after Eric was born. My first job was with Owens, Illinois, a glass container manufacturing company in Brockport, New York. So we packed up everybody the day after graduation and headed for New York. For the next decade, we seemed like we couldn't stay any place longer than a year, but we lived starting in Brockport, then to Toledo, Ohio, then back to Brockport, New York, then back to Toledo, Ohio, then San Juan, Puerto Rico for 2 years, in 1974 to 76. I left Owens, Illinois in 1976 and joined Massey Ferguson back in Iowa. So we moved from San Juan back to Des Moines, Iowa in 1976. From Des Moines, we ended up moving to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and then to Canton, Ohio, where in 1980 I accepted a job with Michelin, located here in South Carolina. Same, it was actually a year after Clifford had started. He said there was some expansion going on, hiring happening, so said I ought to submit a resume, and I did. Fortunately, I got hired down here. We've been in Greenville, South Carolina ever since, other than a one-year stint in France in 1981.
What do you do? What jobs are entailed in your job?
Right now, I'm the Director of Community Relations and Environmental Affairs for Michelin North America. And that job involves building community relationships in all the facilities, in all the communities where we have facilities around North America. We have 5 facilities here in South Carolina, with the corporate headquarters here in Greenville. Also have responsibility for a couple of facilities in Indiana, Fort Wayne and Scottsburg, Scottsville, Virginia, and Nova Scotia, well actually Canada, so Canada would be included with that. But I actually working with any kind of community, if you have employee relations, shareholder relations, supplier relations, customer relations, we're community relations. Actually building the concept of neighbor of choice for the corporation. We want to have the communities where we're located want to have a Michelin facility there. Really, if they had a choice to choose Michelin as being the company they'd like to have located there. And here's a long distance hello to Sarah, Lori, and Zach in Fort Collins, Colorado. It's been a long time. Hope you all are doing okay.